Hey guys, this is Shannon with Thermaltake, and today we're taking a look at the newest extension in the Core X series lineup. Originally you had the Core X9, Core X2, and Core X1. Now those were big behemoth cube chassis. These we're going more for a slimmer tower style chassis. Now when I say slim, I use that very loosely because it's a very wide case, has tons of fitment possibilities. But let's go ahead and dig into it and see exactly what this has to offer. Now that we have the Core X31 out of the box, you can see it has a large side window. This shows off all your hardware and all the goodies that you have inside, just like we had on the Core X9 and the other chassis. Now also on the front, you have the elongated mesh, dual 5 1/4 bays, and once we get inside this, you'll see that we actually have elongated holes for mounting multiple different types from 120, 140 up to 200 radiators, along with removable 5 1/4 bays. You just take the screws out here and you can fit even taller components within this space so that you can have a huge radiator or multiple fans running up the front if you're not running opticals, fan controllers, or anything up the front like that. And you'll see the same at the top when we take a look at the front panel here in a second. Now looking at the front panel, this is where your I/O connectivity and controls are all across here. Now starting from the left to the right, you have your headset connection, your microphone connection, reset button, hard drive activity LED, you have your square power button, along with it has a halo around it that lights up blue, dual USB 3 with an internal 20-pin connector, and dual USB 2, all available in the front panel. Now, as you come back, like I mentioned before, you have magnetic fan filters, which once lifted exposes all your mounting points for various slotted holes that can include 120, 140, or even 200 millimeter based radiators, fans, or various cooler types. Pretty much we leave you open so that you can build this system however you want to go. Now let's take a look inside the door, behind that windowed panel, at all the options we have in there. Now inside, you can see there's a lot going on in such a small chassis. First of all, it comes pre-installed with a PSU cover, which includes dual SSD or 2.5-inch drive sleds. It has integrated cable pass-through pocket along with right here. This one has a grommet, this one's just a straight pass-through. You have all kinds of cable pockets going through to the rear of the motherboard tray. As you can see, there's a lot of space. You can actually fit your hand down in there. We'll take a look back there in a moment. You have all kinds of expansion slots to allow full compatibility with multi-way SLI or Crossfire cards, along with different HBAs and other items you can plug in. Then you have the rear mounted fan, and of course, the front mounted pre-installed fan. Now, the things that can be completely torn out to make this thing really crazy modular and be able to fit all kinds of things in it include the drive cages here and the 5 1/4 here. Now, you can mount drive trays on the rear of the motherboard tray, which once again we'll show you when we flip around over there. But even the supporting tray here can be pulled out so that everything can be emptied out of this and allow a full liquid cooling radiator, reservoir tank, everything all right here to be able to be shown off through the window. Now let's go ahead and flip around to the back of the chassis and see what we have to offer back there. Now on the back of the Core X31, you can see there are all kinds of cable tie-down points. And there's one important thing to note here versus some of our previous chassis and other chassis on the market. See this massive amount of space? That's about 35 millimeters of space. Now mind you, that means we can run a flat panel which looks really nice and still have tons of room where you're not laying down on the back panel of your case just to close it because there's a bundle of wires. When you're running uni-sleeve cables, things like that, where you're custom sleeving, it can really be a problem because it creates a lot of bulk when you're running like your 24 pin up through here and whatnot. You can really push out and cause the panel to bow. With this much space, you eliminate that. Also, you'll notice we have a massive CPU tray cutout. This allows you to install coolers with back plates without having to remove the motherboard. That makes servicing, changing coolers, whatever you want to do, much easier. Maintenance is much easier. Then, let's say we did the liquid cooling like we discussed before. You ripped all the drive cages out and now you had to mount them somewhere. Well, you can mount your drive cages right back here. As you see, you take the front of this, you just snap it into place and it locks onto the tabs and holds your drive tray. So those drive trays you removed up front actually can be repurposed to mount here, here, and here. And once again, you have cable tie-down points along with multiple pockets to pass through and keep cable management very well under control. You could even run tubing back here if you wanted to. There's that much room. And with that, that's everything for the Core X31. Now, if you like this product, you think it's the right one for your next build, let's say you need the expansive rear panel area for liquid cooling, or you just want the massive amount of fitment in a pretty small chassis, you can go over to any of our supported retailers like Newegg, Amazon, our own TT store, pretty much take your pick and you can pick one up there. However, if you want to look at this product or any of the others we have to offer, feel free to join us on our social media channels or our TT community forums. Look forward to seeing you there, and thanks for watching.